This is Blake from Sherry's Line. Thanks everybody for the support. Love you, Matt Murphy.
Hey everybody, I'm here with Tompa and Blake of Straight Reads the Line. How's it going, boys?
We're doing good. A little hungover, but a little bit hungover. How you doing, Matt Murphy?
I'm not doing too bad. Thanks, Blake, for asking. But last night you guys were in Kingston, and this is your final tour, really. Yeah, the big party, I guess. This is it. But how's been the reception so far on the tour?
Amazing.
Everything's been sold out. Kids have been going probably the craziest they've ever gone in any of our shows, and it's been unbelievable. Every night's been a party, and it's good to be with these boys one last time. And you know,
everybody's showing us lots of love, man. It's really cool, you know, just to be able to do a final tour. Everybody comes out and everybody's giving it their all, you know. So it's great. It feels good.
There's not many bands who actually, I guess, can do that, can say like we can actually do a final farewell before that. And so like what were kind of the reasons? Because like from an audience perspective, it seems like you guys signed to Distort, you guys released The Author, and from there it seems like you guys were on the rise. And so what was the decisions I guess deciding to call things quits now?
I think it was you know, we kept going on all these like massive tours, and we toured The Author just like crazy, and I think that was like our biggest goal was to get that album out and to have it released on a big label and to, you know, let the world hear our music as much as possible. But I think it just came to a point where like we all kind of just like, as weird as it sounds, we all just like, we love touring and everything, but when it came to like ideas for writing the new album, we all just couldn't really decide on what kind of direction we wanted to go into. So I mean, we had pre-pro done, but it was only done by Donnie, the one guitarist. So and some people were like kind of iffy about it, like in the band, and didn't really know what turn to take. So I think after a while we just kind of like lost the drive to write music because we couldn't really decide on what exactly we wanted to do. So you know, after that, and it just kind of got to be a hassle of to get together for practices and stuff. We kind of just all like lost touch in that sense, which kind of sucks and it's a bummer. But we all came together and we were like, you know what, if this is what's going to happen and we're going to have to, you know, call it quits for now or forever or whatever it's going to be, we might as well get together for one last tour and hit up all of our favorite cities and do this one last time.
Leave it on a high note, you know?
Yeah.
And that's pretty amazing because not many bands can say that usually they just start fighting and it just like breaks down from the inside, but it's amazingly mature to be able to be like, you know what guys, let's decide to just call it quits, end it on a high note like you said.
It wasn't always that mature though. I think there was a couple month period where none of us talked to each other, but then and then even the first couple practices we'd go there and some of us wouldn't talk or even look at each other, and then like the first day of tour, St. Catharines, we all just like started falling in love with each other all over again. So
everybody just needs some space, you know, and then
it's kind of like a relationship, if you will.
Totally. Once we're all together in the van again, everybody's cool, you know, it's just like old times. So in that respect, it's kind of sad, but you know, it's really cool that we even get a chance to do this, you know. There's lots of bands break up, and that's it.
No reason, and we just disappear off the face of the earth.
Everybody hates each other, but at least we'll, you know, still be friends, and yeah, fucking whatever, man. It's cool, you know.
And well, let's do a little bit of a retrospective. Like, what was it like, I guess, when you started out in 2004, when you were finding your sound and finding the scene, because you came up with like the Holly Springs Disaster and Dead and Divine and those bands, and really, I guess, you developed a bond. And you guys kind of brought each other up. It seemed like a huge community. And so, can you bring back to that time and what it was like?
It was a lot carefree. At times we were a lot more carefree back then. We definitely weren't forced to be such a professional and band and to take things as seriously as we do now.
Yeah, that kind of just shaped over the years, man. It's just like we're all really good friends and we're all in like decent bands, you know. And it's just like a shit ton of fun to be hanging out with your buddies every night, playing solid shows. And since then, it's obviously got more professional, but you know, that's how it goes. And since then, you know, two of the bands are leaving the scene, so it's cool that we got to have all that fun with those dudes over the years. And you know, I'm sure everybody's gonna still pursue other shit, and you know, maybe we'll be back on the road like with people from those bands, you know. But you know, that's how it goes, and there's not much you can do about it, right?
For sure. Can you tell me a lot about, I guess, the development of your sound for The Author and how it gets evolved from 2004 from its release in 2008? Like, through those 4 years, what was that evolution like?
Well, I think half of the author is Joshy McKenzie, our guitarist that passed away. Half of those songs are his. So we kept those songs around to put on the author, obviously just to release his music, because that's the reason why we stuck together as a band, was to keep on going for him. With the other songs, I think it really showed after several member changes and stuff like that. It really that with the group, like the final five, me, Donnie, Travis, Tompa, and Drew, it just we really matured together as a group, and we really like found a sound that was like different from the stuff we did with Joshy, obviously, but it was still kind of Straight Reads the Line. It still was Straight Reads the Line, and I think it was just us in, you know, a different kind of position, and different members and stuff like that. And you know, the other five songs, like the newer jams, like Last Call and Pilgor and whatever else is newer on that album. What else
Whatever Donnie and Drew came up with is, you know, really technical and fucking just amazing, you know? Just like the stuff they like worked together on, as opposed from the stuff that, you know, Josh left us with, that just turned out to be a solid album from what I think, you know, and
it sounds like it all like meshed together really well. It's not like, okay, here's 5 songs that sound completely different from these other 5 songs. It wasn't like that. It all kind of had the same sound, and which we were lucky, because I mean, if we had, you know, put out Josh's album and then wrote like 5 songs that sounded completely different, I think that might throw kids off, or maybe we would be classified as a different kind of genre of music, maybe. But I don't know. We all just kind of meshed together, and things felt right.
Transitions, you know, with the new members so well that the whole CD blends, and we obviously put spin on, you know, the older songs, but I think in the end, you know, it worked out, right? So.
And for a lot of people out there who don't know about Josh McKenzie and I guess how he affected your band, because there's a lot of fans after the release of the author, they just said like, okay, this is the band, but they didn't realize the past and everything that had gone back there. And I don't mean to bring things down, but it's pretty informative and an amazing story.
Yeah, Josh was this little dude who got me into Straight Reads the Line because they had a different singer at one point in this band's career, and they kicked him out, or he left, or whatever the terms were. And Joshy pretty much got me into the band. And Joshy was the founder of Straight Reads the Line. He wrote all the music, pretty much. He had this vision, and that was what Straight Reads the Line was. Yeah, he was such a good, talented fucking kid, and we miss him very much every day. But yeah, you know, he passed away, and he was really young. He had an asthma attack, a very fatal one, and you know, and that happened, and that was a very, very sad day for everybody in Stony Creek and for everybody in the band, obviously. And yeah, and we were gonna quit, but his parent, we had this tour booked with Dead Divine Holly Springs Disaster, which would have been, I think, all of our first tours, pretty much, first serious like long term tour, and. We were all gonna, you know, just hang out for the summer and just chill and kind of grieve and stuff like that. But then, you know, we all kind of came to the conclusion that like there's no worse way to sit and deal with something like that than to sit in Stony Creek and just kind of, you know, maybe drink every night under depressing circumstances and stuff like that. So his parents really urged us to go on the tour, and we did, and we went out, and I think it was like the best decision of our lives to do that. Except for on the 14th of August, on my birthday, which was a month to the day after Joshy passed away, a bee flew into our van in Saskatchewan, and our driver was allergic, and we rolled our van, and Donnie was ejected from the vehicle, and he had bleeding on the brain, and he broke his collarbone, and we were stuck somewhere in Saskatchewan for like a week straight, and yeah, it was crazy. Like we didn't know what to do. It was kind of weird. So obviously we had to stop the tour as far as that goes. But we had his memorial show on September 1st of that year, and all the bands ended up showing up, and all of our closest friends, like who are in bands in Stony Creek, all participated in this memorial show. And we played a show at the Underground in Hamilton, which is now finished, and we sold it out. Beyond sold it out, and all the money that we made from that show, we donated the money to Joshy's family, and I believe that was contributed to help put towards his tombstone, which is now at the grave site. And yeah, it's pretty wild. Everything at that time was pretty crazy, and he was just unbelievable. And it's so weird, you know. Sometimes it's just like he's not gone, but you know he is, and it's crazy to think about that. But he's the reason why we've been doing this for, you know, as many years as we have, and I hope we made him proud. I know we did. And I think our biggest goal as a band was to, you know, get his music out there. And I think, you know, if we could call it quits in a week from now, I think we've pretty much conquered everything we really needed to do with Straight Reads the Line. And that was to you know, get his music out there and for people to hear it and understand it and respect it. And I think we did a good job at doing that.